Hey guys, it's Sky. I'm really happy to be connecting and talking to you again. I was doing a little bit of traveling, learned a lot. Well, let me tell you, I did connect with the beings, well, throughout this little, the last course since I've talked to you. It's been here and there, and then the last 3 days they chime in and they explain you have to get ready to speak to people. So that's what I do. um, Let me go ahead and give you the last conversations that we had. I think I told you that I told you on my last video or one of the videos that when that Malaysian air flight had happened, the original one, that there was going to be more. And I don't watch the news, so I'm just telling you what they're saying. Um, I don't really have any details on any more flights, but I know that there was something that happened, and what I'm telling you, what they're telling me, is that they are the shadow government, the reptoids, the people that are working against humanity. You know, there's a couple races, there's a couple alien races here, I believe, that work with our shadow government that don't want humanity here. And they really are good at portraying holograms, and they're really good at fooling people. They're very good at fooling those politicians in that courtroom. I mean, they actually believe that there's a right side and a left side, and you're voting one against the other. This is so not true. None of that's real. Those presidents are picked years before they ever come into play. Everywhere, not just here. Those presidents, those guys, they're up on other planets doing work with other solar systems. Some are working in together with them, and some are working not together. How do I know this stuff? Because I'm a light worker, and if you're a light worker, you have, it goes a little bit more. It's not some airy fairy quote thing. Scientists can be light workers. There's some light workers in Washington. What happened is God sent out a signal. God sent out His angels. Really, some of this is prophesized. I I know that I'm not a Bible thumper person, but I can tell you that there are some things that are coming true in there. There's some things that are coming true in the Nag Hammadi. All that stuff is starting to work its way in the scriptures. There's a lot of stuff that's been taken out, of course, during the Alexandria libraries. But what happens is God sent out a signal and said that the planet was going to have a wave of the Christ energy, of the light energy. And people that are awakening, light workers that are awakening, they're genetically coded to wake up right now. Many of you listening, you start to hear the voices. You start, not the voices, but you hear, yes, you're telepathically communicating with other planets. That's what the Melchizedek order. There's an order that came out again under our one of our prime creators, a prime creator, followed by one of our prime creators, to to our planet's going to go into an ascension process, and we part of that process is the light workers are being ignited, and they're being ignited in their dreams. Some of us are taken on ships. We're all getting informed about what's going on with our government and the Satanistic play. Well, yeah, there's some races that we think are good that are not. Alien races are not good, and they think they are, and they're not. It's not even really races. Like, you can't say all Chinese are bad, or all Mexican are bad, or all Jews are good, or you can't say any of that. That's just like saying, that's like putting an ET race into one, ET people into one place. It's not like that. So anyway, so God sent out a signal, and we have been genetically coded to wake up. So a lot of times, a lot of us leave our bodies. We're able to be taken on ships or up stargates, or We can actually, they show us some of what the government is up to, like the shadow government, but they actually give us a remote view, clips of it. If they want us to know something, they're going to get their message here. And that's just how it is. And it's not just me, it's like thousands of people, and there's babies. Most babies coming in are really involved. If you ever want to get some information, sit down and listen to a 4 or 5-year-old, really, nowadays. You're gonna hear the truth. They all know that like, these things that, you know, when you trace the buildings in Washington and they equal a pentagram, like things like this, they know the grid lines underneath. They know the energy underneath the White House. They know the energy underneath the Vatican. They know of all this stuff. They can sense it. They can feel this. This is part of what they come in with, the understanding. They come in with the understanding it's a shift of times, and light workers understand this. So that's how I get my information. The light beings are appearing to many of us, and they are real pretty accurate. The only thing that would be inaccurate is my interpretation of them, or my filters, but I work very hard every day of my life to keep my filters clear. They've met many of us, and they tell us we are planet Earth is going to go through some changes, and we're to help assist that. So that's what we do. That's what I see many of the people that I watch do. A lot of us are doing it everywhere. I love it. And you can't not do it. If you've been called, you cannot not do it. It's everything. You see it. You see the messages. You hear the signs. You are so informed. And you are on a special radar. And that radar is a radar that helps people all connect. There's a movement to remove the dark cabal from the planet and the reptoids. Oh, I'm sorry. They were actually going to leave the planet, and well, they actually do. This is what happened. I just want to get back to the flight information. There was a flight that happened that they said, that they told me that this is what they're trying to do. The darker cabal, the reptoids and the elites, all that, it's all under one big organization, and those, they don't even really call themselves the Illuminati. There's some sun group, black sun worshippers. So they actually, I think see, planet Earth is supposed to ascend, and they know this, and they don't want this to happen. And because they have planet Earth the planet itself is prosperous, and they think they own this planet. They don't like humans. They bid terrorists against each other, and ridiculous people actually believe this. Most people are good people. Most people are good people. We've got a percentage of the people that are ruling the country, the planet, because people are been brainwashed. I mean, really, people are I'm sorry, society's brainwashed. Some people are really waking up now, though. That old paradigm is going. It's leaving. I can't believe those people go into their elections and they believe this and they support this and they give their money for this. It's an illusion. These alien races are masters at creating an illusion for you, for people. Unless you've been taken outside of the matrix, you've met an angel, you had a profound spiritual awakening, you had a kundalini energy, you felt the wave that God sent out, like you can see through the crap. Most people can't. They go home, they turn on their television, they believe what they're doing is good. They do. I know. I have a family member. I come from a very high political family, sort of. There used to be. They've gotten out of it. But one recently told me he was working at the Pentagon. Do you know what they're doing? They're putting an equipment there that puts everything that we do on our electronic equipment on one computer system. That computer system, that's all I know on that. I will tell you, that computer system is controlled. It's an artificial intelligence controlling this planet. It's a parasitic intelligence. And people that watch television, that have their microwaves on, that get these subliminal messages, that watch these celebrities, they hear these songs, they're putting those messages through that. They can't see it. They can't see. They want you to believe that we're separate. We're not separate. beings. We are not separate. And they use the archonic network, the archons, the amoeba-like form energy fields that attach to our body. And they use this, they attach to our computers, our bodies. They use this to manipulate our minds. People believe this stuff. It is not real. The television is not your friend. Don't turn it on. Those newscasters are brainwashed. They are following a script. Well, maybe some of them are brainwashed. They're brainwashed to believe that they have to believe an ego that has to put them in a position to follow something other than their heart. I could never allow myself to get up there and say bullcrap to society. I couldn't do it. They just have to follow a script because that's their job. My family members go to work because that's their job. It's those people. That's how Hitler took over the community, the world. Tried to. And the Hitler races, the Hitler worked with these extraterrestrial races that our shadow government is working with now, according to my view. And how did they fool society? This is how they do it. This is how they do it. They put the stupidest, ridiculous reality TV shows that pit you one against the other. They put in this bogus new age stuff. It is not real. And what is real is that we are all one, and that they have taken our planet, and that they are going to be leaving our planet now. And the more people that can wake up, you know how I blame those judges that put on those black robes. That is the most satanic epitome of the reptoids taking over our planet. Underneath those courtrooms, there's grids, they're grid lines, and they're feeding the dark amoebic, the archons feed off of our negative energy. When somebody loses in a courtroom, that's hard on their body. They might have lost their soul, their son, their family, their house, whatever. Those archons like that, they feed on that. That black robe is the symbolism, that's symbolism of the Dark Lord. That's a mark of the beast. That rectangular desk that they have, that those are symbols of the earth. That's the dark conquering the earth. And they line that up with children, you know. They don't get me started on that. I'm gonna do a whole nother video on the danger that our children are in the United States of America under Department of Children's Services. It is terrifying if society knew. But there'll be a judge that puts on a black robe again, and servicing the Dark Lords. That's the mark of the beast. No, I'm not saying that all judges are like, well, a lot of them are. Some of them are reptoids. I'm sorry. Some of those judges on our planet and our leaders, they're clones and they're reptoids. I know. The angels tell us this stuff. The extraterrestrials take us on ships and they educate us. If it were just me coming up with this, you could say that girl's kind of loony, but you've got to recognize that this is happening everywhere, and there's proof of like this. Most people that come out and talk about it, like the judges, they can't come out and say. Most of them are framed themselves. If they say anything, they'll get murdered, or their families were. So it's really up to the light workers and the people that are going to come forth. You know, they just give you, I'm just a messenger. You can take it or leave it. You know, that's kind of how that works. But the next thing is it's not just the judges, it's these people that go to work for the government organizations. These are sick organizations that are serving the dark side. Now, there's also, I don't want to make it like as I'm against this, because I'm not, because I know that there's angels in Washington. I can see their bodies. I can see their energy field. You can, and we know this, we've been told this, there's good people there. Well, who really is going to bring us through, what I see is the military. The military, what I know, works with the benevolent ETs, and you will never be able to detect that. You will never be able to detect that unless you are on the telepathic radar with them. You will not be able to prove that. Anything that I say, well, the only thing you cannot do is prove me wrong. And so I just want to get back to the reason why they're doing this, because see, there's a Okay, so there's a solar warden, right? There's a solar warden. There's a warden that is this. We are off in the like sideways, and planet Earth was scheduled to ascend, and the reptoids don't like this. And the reptoids, you know, they do colonize planets, so they were actually going to ascend, and we're trying to ascend, and they don't like this because they want us to be here. So they are quickly, very quickly, trying to get away with as much killing off of us as they can in the most secretive ways. And one way I know that they were gonna do this fake alien invasion. Well, we know a lot of people are catching on to this, so they'll do it in secret ways. They'll do it in ways like make you have a flight missing and think that the aliens took it and now we need space warfare. They'll make you think that it's an alien dark races that are shutting this down. They'll make you think there's electricity coming from the earth from the aliens, you know, electrifying humans, and this is why there's humans suddenly getting killed or whatever. Or the plans that they have, they will do anything to stay in control. But I don't believe I don't believe they have the power that they think they do. They have the technology, but what they have against them is too many people are waking up. And the truth is the creator, God's energy is always in charge. It's the higher energy, and well, the negative is a higher energy too, but the positive energy, it's more of a higher charge. It always outdoes that negative. Although this stuff is also in scripture. Like, we know that planet Earth is going to ascend, but what they said is that we're on this Malaysian flight or whatever happened with it alarmed the solar warden, and we are going to be starting this 7-year tribulation, whatever that is. This is like we're starting into this, and I think I mentioned that, but I didn't realize that there was a solar warden. That a solar warden was involved, and he was not going to be tolerating this anymore, because there's a solar warden that has commands from our creator, and they all kind of work together. So that's kind of all the information I have on how they work. that's what they explained to me. So anyway, and I don't think there was anything else. I think I ran through everything, and if I have any more, gosh, I always tell you, I am a servant of the universe, so that's my job, that's my duty. And thank you for sharing with me on our sacred journey. Okay, bye.